how's it going today, guys? Trucks and Water here, and in today's video there's not going to be any vlog for this week. The vlog that was supposed to come out this week has been delayed for reasons I'm not going to go over, but that vlog will be coming up in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. But anyways, today I'm going to go over the most common asked question I get on the channel and on Instagram, besides what my next truck is going to be, is should I buy K1500? If so, what do I need to look at, and like what time period should I buy? So before we get this started, I don't know why in every video I make of one of these, people don't, I guess, watch the whole video. Everything I talk to in the video is on my personal experience, what I've dealt with the truck and all that stuff. So before you comment saying, well, this happens to these trucks and this happens to these trucks and all that stuff, this is what I've dealt with. Of course, anything can go wrong on a truck because it's a mechanical piece of equipment or a machine. Anything can go wrong, but this is what I've dealt with. So let's get right into this video. Okay, so first off, mine is a 1996 and a half, which the 96 through 98, which granted, they made these in 99, but they're a lot more rare than the 96 through 98. The 96 through 98 is the best years for these trucks. Reason why is A, it has a 350 Vortec, not the TBI engine. TBIs have a lot of issues with them. I do not recommend buying one that's a TBI. Find one that's a 96 through 98. And they just have all the bugs are usually worked out between 96 and to 98, 99. That's why I recommend a 96 through 98/99, is because most of the bugs have been worked out. Now, there is some problem areas on these trucks. First off, you'll hear one of the main ones is the transmission, the 4L60E. I, knock on truck, have not had an issue with this transmission. Reason why is because my truck has been grandpa owned its whole life. It's never seen a trailer. It's never been off-roaded. It's never been drag raced. It's never been abused. The most abuse it gets is running 80, 85 down the interstate on cruise. Literally. I can count on one hand, not even a full hand, how many times this truck has been anywhere close to red line. I never go above like 3,000, 3,500 RPMs in this truck. There's no point. It's not a race truck. I never claim that it's a fast truck. It's just my cruiser. That's my truck. So make sure you find one. Ask the owner, has it been towed? Has it, like, look at the age of the owner. And I hate saying this because I'm not like this, and a lot of you all aren't, but look at the age of the owner too and take that in speculation. If it's a younger kid, you know, like, I hate to say it, but some of us do take care of our stuff and some of us don't. We'll put it like that. It's like buying a used diesel from a kid. So that being said, so that's the number one area. Number two is the engine. These 350 Vortecs right here have two main problem areas. Your intake manifold gasket, which I've had this replaced on the truck, and your spider fuel injectors, which have been replaced on the truck before I bought it, about 4,000 miles before I bought it. I had to do the intake manifold gasket. It cost me about $500 to $600 to have it done properly, have the engine looked over while they're in there, and do a new distributor and stuff like that. The spider co-injectors, you're looking about $600 to $800 to get those replaced and put on the truck. It's just one of those things. These 350s will last forever if you maintain them right. It's the stuff that goes on top of the motor that can have some issues. Of course, sensors go bad and gaskets go bad and other stuff like that, but that's the main two things on the motor I've dealt with. Yes, they can have head problems, head gasket issues. Again, knock on truck, I've never had that issue, so I can't testify to that, but those are the two main problem areas I've dealt with in this truck. Also, if you pop the hood on these trucks, if you're looking at one and you see red coolant, so of course in your overflow, or anyways, if it's red Dexcool coolant, immediately when you buy the truck, send it in the shop, get it acid flushed, get all that crap out of your truck, and put the green stuff in it. That Dexcool gunks up your motor, gunks up your heater core, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So get rid of that. Now, I do recommend replacing the thermostats. I do recommend once they replace it with the green stuff, run a pressure test on the system and make sure there's no coolant leaks, because they can already do it right then. That's what I recommend on this truck, is the Dexcool. Now, moving on is the four-wheel drive system. Mine is a Z71 off-road, so I do have the Z71 off-road package that comes with the push-button four-wheel drive. This is the first generation of that. The later model years, 97, I think it started in 97, 98, and 99, they had the four-wheel auto, which means it would sense if it's losing traction and kick in the four-wheel. I don't have that. I have two-wheel high, four-wheel high, and four-wheel low. Common problem with these trucks is the four-wheel drive system will go out. The light will just blink, and it will never kick into four-wheel drive. The reason why is there's a front diff actuator. I forgot the technical name for it, so forgive me, people in the comments. See if I can see it real quick. I'll show you guys real quick. Okay. Yep, here it is. This guy right here. That's your main problem. This sends a signal down into here, which shoots an actuator in your front diff, locking it into four-wheel drive. If that's the case, it's literally a 10-minute fix. You unplug it, screw it out, screw a new one in, plug it in. Mine cost about $110 at my local O'Reilly's AutoZone to get this truck fixed. Once it's in, you're good to go. These four-wheel drive systems on these trucks are fan-freaking-tastic. So two stories. First one, I just bought the truck. This is probably about 6 months after I bought it in July. So yeah, about 6 months in January. I was going to my college class. We had a freak snowstorm for Tennessee at 8 o'clock in the morning, heading up the interstate. It dumped like 6 to 8 inches of snow within an hour, which I know some of you that live up north or other places, that's nothing crazy. But down here, that's pretty bad. Locked this truck down to full wheel, had one of my friends follow me in her Jeep, and she was sliding in her brand new like 2014 four-door Wrangler than I was in this truck. These four-wheel drive systems are fantastic. Another story is I was going to my buddy's house. There's a steep hill to his house that had like a bunch of switchbacks, probably about 2,000 feet long. I mean, one solid sheet of ice. I mean, you could literally see the ice on the road. I made it down, no problem, dropped him off, turned around, came back up the hill, put it in 4 high, first gear, let it crawl its way up, never slipped traction, never gave me the indication I was going to slide off the road, and I passed a brand new F-150 aluminum body FX4 package truck that couldn't make up the hill and got stuck. I highly recommend these four-wheel drive system, guys. They're fan-freaking-tastic on these trucks. So moving on from there, make sure, of course, you check all your fluids, all the transmission fluids, oil, everything like that. So moving on the back, a common problem here is how you know these trucks have been mudded or beaten on. Now, granted, the paint on these trucks in the 90s with any vehicle from the 90s is not the great. They didn't do the correct like decontamination from the factory. So these paints are not the greatest from the 90s. So you got to realize that. But you know the truck's been off-roaded or been beaten on, or I'm sorry for you like northern guys, it's been a northern truck because all the salt and grime and snow up there you all have constantly, is if they start rusting out down here right behind the driver, if you have an extended cab, or if you have a single cab, you're right here behind the door. Down here, they start rusting out. And then up in the fender wells right here, they start rusting out right here. There's a lip that traps a lot of stuff in. Up behind here. And up in here right here. You can tell they've been rusting out because of those areas in particular. And there's other areas they'll rust out in, but those are the main areas on these trucks that rust out. So if the guy ever tells you, hey, the truck's never been off-road, and you crawl up underneath it and it's starting to rust out, there's mud caked up in the transfer case, don't buy the truck. I hate being like that, but if you want a clean K1500, do not buy the truck in that kind of condition. Second of all, my year does not have a third door. 97, 98, 99 did have a third door. So you have to kind of move the seats forward and crawl in the back seat. The back seat's not the biggest ever, but it gets the job done. If you carry like a lot of luggage and stuff, like it's perfect for me on road trips. If I'm like with me and Killian, or me and Hunter, me and Colin, whatever, you know, we throw all our stuff in the back seat. We got the front 2 buckets to us, and it's fantastic. And I highly recommend, guys, if you can find one like mine, get the one with the high, like the captain seats in these. These seats are the most comfortable seats I've ever been to. Full electronic, lumbar support, the whole 9 yards. I mean, these seats, I have people go to sleep all the time in the passenger seats because like a freaking lazy boy in these trucks. Absolutely fantastic seats. I mean, I absolutely love them. And you can also tell if it's been used and abused by how the interior is treated, if the seats are ripped, whole 9 yards. These trucks will last you a long time, guys. The 350 Vortecs are a fantastic motor. It just depends on how well you treat them. So those are kind of my common areas I say to look at when you look at one of these trucks. Of course, there's more options you can do. That's the common area. Modifications I recommend, of course, is a leveling kit for the front. Mine's raised 1.25 inches in the front, not full 2 inches, to clear the wheels and tires. New headlights, because the original stock ones suck. So get new headlights, all LED bulbs. A light bar, like you can mount one on a bull bar like mine, or like my custom bumper I'm doing that I'm not going to give away just yet. Do something like that. The mirrors from factory, some people like them, some people don't. I like the tow mirrors personally. They just give me a lot more viewing room out the back. Of course, window tint, I've got 5% tint all the way around with a 5% brow tint, which I'm about to go 35 on the rest of the windshield. Stuff like that. I've got a tonneau cover in the back with a in-mounted toolbox inside the tonneau cover. Of course, the Hall stuff, and this is a 6.5 foot bed. But that's what my recommendation is, guys, on when you look at one of these trucks. Of course, test drive it. Make sure it test drives good. Doesn't shimmy, doesn't shake, doesn't shift funny. Now, it is an older truck. It's going to rattle. It's going to make some noises and stuff like that. But find one that's grandpa owned like I did with the original, you know. I mean, I had to stack this thick of receipts from repairs and stuff from the other owner. Find them like that, guys. That way you have peace of mind. At least it was tried to be taken care of and not been bashed on and abused and used. Other than that, guys, that's kind of what you look at on these trucks. Any kind of electrical issue you have the truck with a weird lighting issue, has always been a ground on the truck. Just go search for the grounds. Like, there's like bunch of grounds on these trucks, so make sure you search for that. But other than that, guys, like, these trucks are fantastic trucks, and I highly recommend them if you're a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid looking for your first truck. I highly recommend one of these trucks. They're a great looking truck. They're starting to become a little bit more popular in the truck scene now, where people are modifying them, so they're getting up there in price. They're still way affordable for you kids out there that work a minimum wage job or a higher minimum wage job. Work your ass off, guys. Get what you want in life. And, you know, it took me 3 years to get the truck to this point. Granted, some people say this is not really a build. I really could give two craps less on what they say, because it took me 3 years to get to this point because I was so indecisive of what I want to do with the truck. But I want to say thank you all so much for watching the video. If you like the video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Join the Trucks and Water family. We're constantly growing, changing, and trying new and better things. Also, comment down below other problem areas you've dealt with on your K1500, so we can start a conversation with a bunch of people that can come to this video and see that. So other than that, guys, thank you all so much for your support lately, guys. It's been awesome. You've been killing it with the subscribers and views and all that stuff. So thank you all so much. All of you have a great day, and remember, never give up on your dreams.